This is Aishwarya. Enjoy the show. Peace out.
Unfortunately, with the giggle, people kind of like to attribute flippant.
The word flippant can be used to describe somebody who is disrespectful and not serious. For example, the teacher got upset when he gave a flippant answer.
Unfortunately, with the giggle, people kind of like to attribute flippant or airheaded.
The word airhead can be used to describe a person who is silly and stupid. For example, he forgot the keys again. What an airhead.
Now you all know one only answer I keep giving because I'm besotted.
Besotted means to be completely, deeply, madly in love with someone. For example, she is besotted with her new puppy.
And I am somebody who's very vociferous in my exchange on set.
Vociferous. The word vociferous can be used to describe somebody who shares their opinion loudly, clearly, and confidently. For example, the protesters were vociferous in their demand for justice. It means they expressed their desires loudly, clearly, and confidently.
It was not premeditated.
Premeditated. Premeditated means pre-planned, something you plan before doing. For example, the criminal was behind bars for committing a premeditated murder.
Being nocturnal becomes part of your lives.
Nocturnal. The word nocturnal can be used to describe somebody who is more active at night. For example, owls are nocturnal. They hunt at night.
You know, he doesn't bring that baggage in his presence only, which is the most endearing quality about him, and it's extremely rare.
Endearing. The word endearing can be used to describe someone who is lovable, who is easily likable. For example, the child's clumsy walk was endearing. It means the child's clumsy walk was actually really lovable, was very likable.
And I have an elder brother who's far more reticent, more controlled.
Reticent. Reticent can be used to describe a person who is quiet and reserved. कोई ऐसा इंसान जिसको अपनी feelings share करना अच्छा ना लगे. For example, she was reticent about her plans for the future.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, cool. So he was like, you were so nonchalant. They were all like,
Nonchalant or nonchalant. It can be pronounced in both ways. But what does it mean? When you do something in a nonchalant manner, you do it in a calm, relaxed way. You do not show excitement or worry. You are calm, composed, and relaxed. For example, he was nonchalant even during the exam. He was calm and composed even during the exam. He was not worried or excited, just calm.
And when they start wondering at the sheer ludicrous nature of everything, there's that, you got married to a tree?
Ludicrous. Ludicrous is very similar to ridiculous. It means something foolish, something that is to be laughed at, something that is not to be taken seriously. For example, his suit was ludicrous.
so I'm going to try my best to tickle you all pink.
To be tickled pink. To be tickled pink means to be extremely happy or pleased with something. For example, I was tickled pink to be invited to the party. I was very happy, I was very pleased that I was invited.
So I wouldn't want to sound presumptuous.
Presumptuous means to cross your limits, to do something disrespectful, to do something that you're not allowed to do something that you do not have the right to do. That is presumptuous. For example, don't be presumptuous, you can't speak for everyone. It means you don't have the right to speak for everyone, so don't do it.
When you are faced with situations that seem impossible, you can feel crushed, your spirit can feel crushed, and you can feel bogged down and actually just give up.
Bogged down means to feel stuck or slowed down because of problems or situations in life. For example, I couldn't go out because I was bogged down with homework. This person was stuck doing their homework, they were bogged down with their homework even though they wanted to go out.
It probably has not been put to rest enough.
To put something to rest means to end it, to end a fight, to end a rumor, or to end a problem. For example, the manager's message put the rumors to rest. It means that the rumors that were earlier flying around were no longer happening. It was put to an end.
It's impossible to define it in one word. I guess you try and use the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. This word means wonderful. For example, my life at the moment is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Let's try it slower this time. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I know it is not a word that we will use in daily conversation, but it is something that I wanted to add just for fun. This brings us to the end of this video. I hope you learned some new words. I hope you were able to check your vocabulary level. This vocabulary was specifically for C1 level. So if you were able to get even 10 or 12 correct, it means you have good vocabulary. If you were able to get 5 or 6 correct, it means that you can still do a little better. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please like, share and subscribe. Keep unscrewing English with me. I'll see you in the next video.